Welcome to the Chasing Ebenezer Show. This is a show where we talk about stuff, play you some music, and encourage you to be creative. This season, we are exploring the art of being human. We want to say thank you to our patrons who support us each month. If you want to know more about that, visit us on patreon.com/Chasing Ebenezer. For more information about our musical endeavors, visit chasingebenezer.com. We hope you enjoy the show. I don't know whether to say that we're in Mr. Rogers' neighborhood on St. Patrick's Day or what.
It's that we have another episode and we're back, and I got my new toy from Artichoke Music. I wanted to be like our friend and drummer Ryan.
Yes.
I wanted to be like you, Ryan. So xylophone here, or glockenspiel.
Glockenspiel feels more credible.
Let us know. Are
That's
you
the
a
hipster
xylophone
version.
or glockenspiel? So this is apparently the Chasing Ebenezer Show.
It is. I'm Benjamin, and this is Heidi, in case you forgot, because we were gone for a while, and we're so glad to be back. Definitely felt our humanity the past month or so. So, you know, like everyone, you enter into a new year, and you think, oh, this is going to be wonderful. And
I don't know if anyone thinks
no one
that
thinks that
anymore.
I just went in thinking, oh, it's going to be different. So,
Which is not incorrect.
I know, it was not incorrect. Like January, we got COVID. February, both our cars broke down. And then, tragically, in March, our sweet cat Mowgli died. So,
Alas,
2022, you've done it again. We have definitely felt our humanity through grief and still processing a lot of that. But thank you for your patience. We're really glad to be back with you.
and for your kindness.
Yes.
And we just have to say, by the way, as far as the cars go,
Oh, yeah.
we were gifted
a car.
To replace our Subaru that was going to cost so much to fix. And so we just want to say, Dan and Lucy, thank you so much.
Thank you so very
We're
much.
continually amazed by your generosity and just so humbled. So
Very, very humbled by it.
thank you. Thank you for everyone who sent sweet messages about Mowgli.
Yes.
And we just really appreciate you. Thanks to everyone who came up for our St. Patrick's Day event.
Yeah. So much has happened since we last did our show.
Thank you. I know. It feels like an eternity. So
I know.
Thank you, everybody.
Yeah. So excited. I'm excited because I turned 41 a couple days ago. It's not why I'm excited, but in the same way that we got a glockenspiel at Artichoke Music, I got this cute little thing. It's called a charango or a charango. I am not going to attempt to pronounce it because I will do it badly. But artists I like Josh Garrels and another artist by the name of Alkai play this, and I was like, oh, I have to get one of these. It's kind of like a ukulele, but not.
To me, it reminds me of a light mandolin sound.
Yeah,
That's
it's a gentle mandolin.
And I think the song that we have for you today,
Yes.
you actually played on this.
I played it on this, and I am excited to share that with you, but you'll have to listen to us talk a little bit before you hear that. So that's what I'm excited about. Every time I get a new instrument, I get excited because it's like all these new possibilities, and one of my creative strengths and weaknesses is that I'm addicted to possibilities. But when possibilities then have to turn into actual things,
That's hard work.
Then I find myself searching for more possibilities. So that's what I struggle with. What are you excited about?
My glockenspiel, by the way. And I'm excited because good things have happened this year too. Mm-hmm. It hasn't all been like negative things.
It isn't all bad.
So it's just different things. I'm excited that I finally got some of my artwork up on Redbubble. You can look Heidi Beth Sadler up, and now I've got prints. And so I'm excited about that. It feels like something I was really afraid of to do. So let me know if you want to buy one, and if you don't see like exactly what you want, I can probably get it made up in a different format. So, or you can get them from me. Some of these things just directly. So, hey, I'm excited about that. That felt like a good thing. And I'm actually been really excited about the Halo show that came out.
She is not.
I am probably one of the worst Halo players who has ever graced the planet. So I'm coming at it from someone who should not be respected in the Halo community. So, if you are, then maybe you didn't, if you saw the first episode, didn't like it. But I thoroughly enjoyed it. And I'm really excited for the show. So, lots of blowing up of people, by the way. So it's not what you would expect from the video game.
Exactly.
But I really, really enjoyed it.
It actually is inspiring me to play the game more because I am not a competitive video gamer.
Here's what he told me. I asked him, you were playing the other day.
This is how I've been grieving.
You're like, I don't play video games to win. I play them to shoot people.
It's true.
So if you're a human, you're lucky because, Ben's shooting video games so that he doesn't shoot humans. So really.
Yeah.
No.
Would never want to shoot a human.
No, never, ever, ever. But there's something about the video game.
Video game is very satisfying. And yeah, by the way, great grief tool. Highly recommend it. Other than grief, is there anything else that you've been experiencing your humanity in?
Well, I think one of a healthy way we've tried to just, work through that. Because we had Mowgli for 15 years. So, yeah, he was a big presence if you knew him. Not a friend to everyone, a dear one to us. But we've been trying to spend time around other animals. So we went to the alpaca farm out in Sherwood, which was awesome.
Oh, it was so fun. It was so fun.
Yeah, if you live in the area, you should totally go visit Alpacas of Oregon. We went down to for your birthday, we went down to the raptor sanctuary. And I'll let you know, by the way, I did not know that was a name for an animal other than a dinosaur.
This is true.
But I was thinking, wait a minute, unless Jurassic Park has become real, I don't think they have...
That won't happen until 2023.
That's next year.
That's next year.
Okay, hang on to your seats. So I learned that... I didn't know that was a word for birds could be included in that.
Yeah.
Guys, there's things I still don't know. But oh my goodness, the owls that they have down there.
Incredible.
Oh my word. I'm like,
how are those actually living things?
They're like magical creatures.
Yeah.
So, did amazing. That, and then we went to a baby goat event last night.
At a bar. It was great.
Well, why not? And then our other cat, Punky, who's amazing. She's almost 18. So she is amazing. She's just been so much fun. I think she's been enjoying actually being the only fur child in the house. She's kind of...
Yeah, and she's gotten a little bossy, too.
We've nicknamed her the General because she's gotten more bossy. So we've really been trying to just, not escape those feelings, but, just enjoy other creatures and... Yeah.
It's been great. It's been really, really good. So big thank you to all of our patrons.
Yes.
You support us.
You do.
And one of the perks of being a patron is that if you, I think it's the $5 marker, you get to pick a topic for the show.
You also get a demo every month.
And you get a demo every month.
Which you'll get to a demo.
Yes. Today's song will be the demo.
Yeah.
So big shout out to Carol Rasmussen because...
No, it's Carol Green.
Oh, is it Carol Green?
Carol Green.
We have two Carols?
We have two Carols who are dear patrons. It's Carol Green who suggested it.
Carol, I'm so
Carol
sorry.
Rasmussen, I believe you still need to redeem that perk.
Yeah, pick a show topic.
Carol Green is the one. Sorry, I didn't make it clear to you.
That's okay.
Which dear Carol it was.
We have amazing Carols in our lives.
Thank you, Carols in our life.
So Carol Green picked the show topic.
We actually know two Carol Greens as well.
Are you serious? Oh, we do?
Yeah, but we're just trying to confuse all of you, but you know who you are. You know who you are. Sweet Carol.
So today's show will be about gratitude. So we're going to be talking about gratitude today. Woohoo!
I'm really glad that Carol suggested gratitude because it is a really important part of being human. It feels like in my life, being ungrateful and whining.
It's so easy to do. Oh my gosh.
I am so good at whining. I've told you the story of Mount St. Helens. I don't know if I've told here, but when my sister and I were little one summer, probably in the 80s, we visited Mount St. Helens and not interested at all. This was like before a lot of the growth has happened.
You wanted the gift shop, didn't you?
I always wanted the gift shop, and it was really hot. I'm probably like 1,000 degrees. And I was really thirsty, and I think I didn't have on good shoes. I was probably like 8, so, not 28. And I don't know how it is now, but back then you could you drove up and then you could climb a little bit, and I'm telling you, it was like climbing Mount Everest. And I was tired and hot and thirsty. And
are you sure this wasn't recently?
I'm sure this was not recently. And the whining was just, I'm dying. And so I have definitely, my natural inclination, and you make sure to, let me know about this, is I'm
just trying to help.
You're just trying to help, is that I tend to focus on what I don't have, what's not going well. And so it's kind of goes, most people, it feels like it's easy to not initially be grateful, but there are some of you out there though who I know are just naturally grateful, and I'm amazed by you.
Yes.
You just naturally are appreciative. Amazed. So share us your secrets, because I have to work at it.
Okay, so we're pretty much operating under the assumption that being grateful, having gratitude, recognizing the goodness that you experience and have is not our default function. It should be, but it's not. So when do you find yourself grateful? Are there some circumstances you notice?
When I get what I want.
When you get what you want. Okay.
It's so true. I'm just being honest. Come on. I see a hand out there, I'm sure. That's been a lot of my life. So I've really been trying to be more, it's almost like it becomes a discipline, I think, to try to, okay, what are 3 things that I can name right now that I'm grateful for? Or what are things that I have just overlooked? Like the fact that cats are magical creatures.
They are,
because they're everyday character. Every day we become mundane. So birds. Birds are magical to me. They're amazing. But I think if it's the immediate thing that you're not getting, that you want, then it's so easy to, poor me.
Yeah, I can see that.
Okay, what about you? Do you feel like you're naturally grateful?
No. Oh no. I think I experience gratitude when I receive an extravagant gift.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Those kind of things. I'm like
a huge, what you consider a huge gift.
What I consider a huge gift. Or if we play a show and we get paid more than we anticipated, I'm filled with gratitude. It all comes with getting stuff that's just so messed up. But I've been able to shift a little bit more lately because, I've been in nature a whole lot more, and being in amazement of all the things around us. I guess if I stop and think about it, I'm like, wow, those are gifts. I'm really grateful that I get to be here, that I get to breathe, that I get to, do that.
I agree that spending more time in nature, spending time with animals, it makes me feel more grateful.
Yeah.
It's kind of like,
I don't know if I'd say that that's my marked thing, but I realize, it definitely shifts how I feel. By being around them.
Sure.
Yeah. But I don't know. It's so easy to complain. I even realized this. I realized this the other day when you and I were driving. I can get into an easy conversation with you complaining about stuff and about why things aren't right and why this is bad and why they are wrong and this is right and all.
It's like disaster gluttony for me. I'm like, let's see the tragedy.
Exactly.
And God, what's terrible.
And that's so easy. I find that it's easy to connect over that versus connecting over what is going well. And I'm like, man, why? I don't understand that. But I think gratitude is really important. I think that it connects to being human because I heard John Mark McMillan say this a couple of years ago where, the fact that we're alive, the fact that we breathe, just that in and of itself is a miracle. And so many of us are just, yeah, I'm breathing, but where are my fries? Yeah, that the fact that we are human, the fact that we do exist should be grounds for so much gratitude because that's not something we did.
Yeah, it's true. It's the part too that is the difficult part, I think, of learning gratitude is oftentimes you have to experience great loss and sorrow.
Yeah.
Because I know that since my mom died it's been almost 2 years, I'm so grateful for life. And even with both of our cats and now with Punky, it's every day I've had my pets is a gift.
Mm-hmm.
So rather than viewing like, oh, I'm so afraid they're going to die, well, I'm grateful for each day that I have. And so I think that I've become more grateful since actually my mom passed away, but it's kind of a weird grief journey how that can lead to gratitude. And a great book about a lot of that process is Ann Voskamp's 1,000 Gifts. So it's very strange that pain often leads to gratitude.
Which kind of leads me to ask you a question because I remember as a kid being forced to say thank you. Okay.
Yes.
So let's talk about that.
Thank you.
Let's talk, which I get why.
Totally get why. Absolutely.
What would you say is the difference between gratitude and just feeling like you have to say thank you, or like seeing the sunny side of a piece of poop? I mean, do you know what I mean? It's like, well, at least I still have both my legs, or whatever. What is the difference between gratitude and just this saccharine positivity? I guess I'll call it that.
That's a great question. I have to think about that a little bit. I think that's what we'd love to hear your feedback.
Yes.
It's something to ponder. And I think it's a fine balance of, we obviously, if it's not coming from an internal place by, as children learning to say thank you, then you can kind of become, you realize and yet you want it to be something that takes place internally that's
right.
genuine. So, that's a tough one.
Yeah, I think gratitude, thank you almost is like a response, should be a response from a heart that is filled with gratitude versus, like saying amen at the end of a prayer because that's what you do. I got a gift, I say thank you.
Versus a ritual versus...
Right, thank you.
Yeah.
You translate me very well.
I'm just trying to think it through.
But I think gratitude is recognizing the gift of what you have, the gift of who you are, and the gift that your life is, just by it being a thing, and living in awareness of that is really important.
Agreed.
So when we think about gratitude, and as it relates to us as humans, also as it relates to us as creatives, why is gratitude so important for artists?
Well, I know in my own life, most of us as artists don't begin with what we think we need to do what we want to do. And we have a very tiny place that we live. It's a disaster most of the time because, well,
not what you see on the camera.
No.
We carefully orchestrated this so that way you don't see it.
But because, our living room is my office and my painting studio. So it feels like if I waited until I had the right space, it wouldn't happen. And so whether that's you feel like the instrument you have, or if we wait until we have what we think we need material wise, then it's probably never gonna happen. So creating with what you have first right now is how you start. And so this is coming from my own level of whininess. So
You took the answer right out of my mouth. I completely agree.
I know.
Because, I mean, if you watch TV, which you do, and if you get on
that we do because
Facebook,
we tell you all
we
the
talk about
time.
it all the time. Every ad is always about something you don't have. It's something about that you need. And so we're in a culture that is always communicating that you're lacking something, that something's missing from your life. And of course, whatever product it is what you actually need. So I think that really translates into us as artists. And what we forget, there's the artists we want to become, and there's the artists that we were created to be. And very often what we start with are the foundational materials that that make us like create the unique work that we have. Because I always think, oh, I need this extra instrument often. But so much of what I already have is already forming the art that I'm making. So
well, and I think too, options are so overwhelming that then I become paralyzed. Like I have so many things to do. So when we are limited, it actually can be a gift because it helps reduce the amount of options. And so like when there's a full pantry and the fridge is full and the freezer stock is like, what do you want to eat?
That's when we go to Victor Rico's because that's an easy option.
Have we gone 2 weeks without going to Victor Rico's?
At least 2 weeks.
We're sorry, Victor Rico's, if you've missed us.
We'll be back.
But we just love you a little bit too much. So
yeah.
But yeah. So I think that I'm really trying before you like. Because, I mean, I follow so many amazing Instagram artists, and I'm like, oh, what did they use for that? And what did they use for that? What did they use for that? So...
Oh, yeah.
Looking at what you have, recycling what you have, how can I turn this into something else? I think gratitude, too, I'm not sure exactly how, but it also makes you willing to want to share, with others. So, you might be able to help us friends out there with why, but... I think the more gratitude I have, the more I often, not always, but I want to like share, like, oh, you should try this paper, or oh, here's this little paint, I loved it, let me share it with you. I think that gratitude makes us more communal.
Yeah,
I don't know why.
That's good.
I don't have scientific evidence for any of that.
So gratitude builds community.
I think that it does. Because if you're grateful and you trust that you are going to have what you need, you're not going to be a hoarder.
Yeah.
And so you're not going to be fearful.
And you're not competing with other people necessarily.
Right. Yeah. So
that's a really good point.
So anyway, just some thoughts that I'm working on my own life because I can be like, there's my art supplies I don't want to share because what if I run out?
There's some instruments that I don't share. There's some. My didgeridoo, you don't pass that around. That's not good.
Don't pass that
My
one
tablas, I'm also kind of careful about because of the fact that like the oil on people's skin can mess with the heads and stuff. So I mean, there's some things, but by and large, that's a really true statement, and I'm going to be processing that because I hadn't thought about that. That was really, really good. So some practices to maybe cultivate gratitude as an artist. One that I would recommend, and we didn't talk about this, but I would recommend spend 5 minutes, we'll say 5 minutes in stillness and silence.
It's a long time.
I was saying, let's start with something easy, 5 minutes.
5 minutes in stillness and quiet? That is a very long time for me.
But what I want you to do is instead of like doing the whole thing where you just empty and don't think, but like just be aware of things. Be aware of your heartbeat. Be aware of the noises that you hear outside. Be aware of the things that your senses pick up. And sit with each thing until you're aware that that is a gift that you've received, and then say thank you for each thing.
That's good.
I'd recommend that.
That's nice.
Did you have one?
Well, I feel like A Christmas Carol is a story that could be read all year long. Yeah. So that's the thing that changes Scrooge so much is he I'm blanking. He it seems that he's lost everything. So then when he receives his life back, he's so grateful.
Yeah.
And then he becomes generous. So read A Christmas Carol.
That's good.
That's enough. That's all I had to say.
I got one more. And so pick three things. So you'll have a this is a collage exercise.
Ooh,
okay.
Collage. Cool.
All right. Think about magazines that you just have hanging around the house. Okay. Grab 2 if you have 2. And then grab something that you'll put the paper on and make a collage out of it, just using those 2 items. And you'd be amazed. You're creating with limitation is the whole point. That's the point of it. So anyway, yeah. So the song that we're going to do is...
I'm not going to do it.
She's not going to do it. The song that I'm going to do
I opt out
on the new instrument is a song that we did for Farewell Innocence. It's the last song on our record called Goodbye. And I wrote it about my grandfather. And I connected it to gratitude because thinking about Mowgli, I'm trying not to get emotional. One of the things that's been such a gift having, now that he's gone, is that I'm remembering all the things that he did that bugged the crap out of me. That now I'm like, oh, that was so cool.
His pooping on the floor all the time.
I was thinking more of the tearing up paper at 3 a.m. thing, just to get my attention. But those things now become something that I'm really grateful for, and I'm so grateful for every minute I had with him. And my grandfather, Cat, my grandfather was that in my life as well. And with each passing year, I'm grateful for every minute of my life I had with him. And so that's why this song is connected to gratitude. So
this is going to be, you've played it, and then you're going to...
And I'm going to...
do some magic and make it a demo.
And if you support us for $5 or up, man, that $5 tier gets all the good stuff, huh? You'll be getting that as a demo as well. So anyway, hey, we love you. Thank you so much. Happy creating, and we'll see you soon.
Bye.
Sitting in the silence of the dark, between asleep and awake, you come on me with a force stronger than a memory. And I'm 14 again, singing at the top of my lungs, on the way back to your house where time stood still. And as we try to go to sleep, we talk about anything. The last words before I dream are that I make you proud. Wrote you a song on the day that you died, folded the paper and I put it inside. Didn't know what to say, and I still don't wanna say goodbye. And I'm almost 40 now. Got a wife that you never met. You should see the way she smiles. I know you'd make her laugh. there's this question that remains. You were here, would you think I changed? If you've seen the life I've led, do I still make you proud? Wrote you a song on the day that you died, folded the paper and I put it inside. Didn't know what to say, and I still don't wanna say goodbye. Goodbye. Wrote you a song on the day that you died, folded the paper and I put it inside. Didn't know what to say, I still don't wanna say goodbye.